You know, when I go home at night, pick up the newspaper, or when I turn on the television to pick up the latest news, I expect to see news, and I expect to see honest news, and I expect to see well-researched news, like it used to be. Now, tonight I'm going to talk about a little news, and it doesn't have anything to do with Russia this time, believe it or not. This comes from two reporters, Hallie Jackson and Ali Vitali. These gals work for NBC News in California, Los Angeles. But you know what? Do you know where they are? They must be in Washington, D.C., picking up information from their sources. Anyway, I want to talk a little bit about their story. It came out on the 22nd, that was today, and it tells us that Friday's most enduring image belongs to Sean Spicer, strolling down the White House driveway shortly before 5 p.m., grinning from ear to ear and waving to a throng of cameras as he walked through the doorway of the West Wing. Well, I thought he was already down the driveway. Now he's just coming out the doorway of the West Wing. And then it tells a little bit more about him. But then paragraph number 3, it starts out, a well-placed administration source familiar with how the events unfolded. Who placed that administration source? And why is that administration source still here? Then in paragraph 4, a source familiar with Spicer's thinking. Here we go again. Here's another source. Who was that? And then in the very next paragraph, according to another source, the president got his way. And we go down and down and down where it says Spicer walked out of the Oval Office and into his office where he printed out his resignation letter. When the briefing ended, he walked back into the Oval Office and handed the letter to the president. Spicer told him privately, according to one source, you know, here's another source. Now, this is what aggravates me with Holly and Ollie. They don't have these sources. They gleaned this information out of other people's stories. They're plagiarists. That's all they are. They steal stories. You know what? These sources are not sources. Well, I guess they would be a source if you stole it from a newspaper or wherever. That would be the source. But I'm getting so tired of the news saying, well, according to this source or that source, this happened or that happened, and this source told me, and they are no sources. Sources are nothing but excuses to try to verify a rumor. And that's all they've been. Ever since the president was elected, the last 6 months, this source told me this source told me that, this source told me about Russia, and every one of us turned out to be phony. So let's do away with the sources. Let's come up with some names. And if there are sources in the White House, let's clean them out. Anyway, my thought for the day. Please tell me what you think. Pass this around to your friends. Let them know. I'd like to know what they think. Have a great day. And please, come back and see me.